This may be a really random video, but I have to throw this out here because this is something that I've struggled with for years. I used to be on spiro and lactin, and basically it was just something that basically every dermatologist I ever saw put me on. I want to say I started with a smaller dose, and then at the highest, the last dermatologist I saw put me on 100 milligrams, which if you guys don't know, one of the main side effects of spironolactone is that it makes you go to the bathroom a lot. So it's just every hour, multiple times during the hour, it's just you always have to pee. We're now finding that since more people are on spironolactone, that there are more side effects to it as well. If you guys want me to make a video about that, I can, but it's just showing that it's not great for people who may have issues with just depression, apathy, finding motivation, things like that. But I don't know, it was it's becoming more and more popular. I can definitely tell it. It's funny because my great-great-grandma was on it too, and so usually you give it to people who have heart issues or a heart condition. So she was using hers for her heart, and one of the side effects is that it helps with controlling oil production in your skin, which can then help you have less breakouts. To me, honestly, it helped with the oil production, but I still had breakouts because at that time I didn't know that my breakouts are basically from me just taking in caffeine, chocolate, or dairy. Or peanut butter. Those are the things that really make me have really just painful breakouts. So recently, I've still been doing everything I can to just control the oil production because I don't want to go back on spironolactone. Just having to pee all the time and just having to be on that for years, it's I don't know what the long-term consequences of being on this is. So it's something that I haven't used for a while now, and I don't want to go back on it. So oil blotting pads, sometimes I'd use those little rice papers. I'd use multiple during the day. There's something worse than putting on your makeup and then having to blot your face not even an hour later. That's how bad it was. Revlon has this cool thing. It's an oil blotting stone. It's a volcanic stone. It works actually really well. It's reusable. Basically, you just wash it with soap and water every couple days. I'll wash it, and then you just let it dry overnight, pop it back in. It helps pretty well for blotting, but again, it doesn't get to the source. Using blotting papers, using that stone, it's that's great for removing it, but it just keeps on producing. I have to continuously do it all throughout the day, and since it's summer now and it's hotter out, I feel it just aggravates things. I've tried taking zinc. They say taking zinc can help with sebum production. One of the things I'm finding is that your body really doesn't need a lot of zinc. So taking 50 milligrams or even 25 milligrams, that can be way too much for you, and you can have adverse side effects. Again, if you guys want me to make a side effects video, I will. But not only that, I dealt with the side effects, and it didn't even really make a noticeable difference with my oil. I was still having to use my blotting papers and everything else. So that didn't work. I tried vitamin A. They say if you take a higher amount of vitamin A, it helps with cell turnover. The most popular oral vitamin A is isotretinoin, also known as Accutane. I've never done Accutane, and I've never gotten a prescription for it. So for me, I just had to take vitamin A over the counter, and I took it for quite a while, and honestly, I didn't really notice a difference in the oil production, but it was worth a try. They also say supplementing with vitamin D. Again, I did notice other great benefits when I started supplementing vitamin D, but it didn't stop the crazy oil production. I still just had an oil slick on my skin, and it's just not cute. They say taking B vitamins, B12, that's another thing. I break out really, really badly whenever I do vitamin or B12. It could be sublingual, it could be pills, anything. B12 makes you break out really bad. So I just have to make sure that it's like a really, really, really small amount. If it's like in a blended B vitamin pill, B6, which I believe is pantothenic acid, I took that. Again, all of these things, like none of them like made a difference. Like I always had to have multiple oil blotting sheets throughout the day. Use the Urban Decay matte, like makeup setting spray. That stuff didn't help either. I tried a lot of stuff, and what actually ended up helping was just cutting out all caffeine. I cut out all caffeine, and now I only blot my face maybe once a day. I put on my makeup, and it's great for hours. It's insane. I was driving windows down in the Florida heat, 90 degrees, and still, it didn't affect my skin. I still, my skin was perfectly fine. So it's crazy. So I had to stop drinking coffee, cappuccinos, like the little powdered cappuccino that doesn't really have a whole ton of caffeine. That one doesn't work for me. What else? Oh, teas like Earl Grey. Even though it only has 50 to 60 milligrams, I would break out and also have more oil. So I stopped doing that. Now I'm just doing the decaffeinated Earl Grey, and then you just do that with a vanilla almond milk, and it's so good. It's so good. If you want it to taste like the London Fog that they have at Starbucks, then just do it with the vanilla sweetened almond milk, or you can just add a pump of vanilla syrup, just get the sugar-free, but it's so good. And thankfully I didn't need the caffeine to stay awake. I was just drinking it because I liked the taste of coffee. But yeah, suddenly I don't have crazy oily skin, and I don't have hormonal breakouts. So go figure. Caffeine, it's been a long journey to get to this point, and so I just thought I would make this video letting you guys know. Obviously all the things that I've listed, you can try them too. They didn't work for me, but they could work for you. I get it if you need caffeine for your job, or if you're just addicted to it, so you get migraines if you don't have it. I get it, but just letting you know, it might be the thing keeping you from having just matte clear skin.